Hi, I'm Roy from Roy's Garage. Today I'm going to be working on a 2006 Toyota Tacoma 4x4 4.0 liter automatic. I'm going to be showing you how to replace the passenger front inner tie rod. These are the tools I'm going to be using today to do this job. 3-pound sledgehammer, ball peen hammer, pry bar, 12-inch crescent wrench, 8-inch crescent wrench, water pump plier, long nose plier, side cutters, pipe wrench, and some chalk. Okay, so I turned the steering wheel all the way to the right. So now I'm going to be loosening up this lock nut. Removing this clamp. And there's some plastic tie straps that strap the boot to the rack and pinion. So I'm going to be cutting those straps off. So I pulled the bellows boot off. So on this one, I'm going to just cut the straps off. I'm going to put new straps. So I marked the inner tie rod with a chalk. Now I'm going to be unscrewing the tie rod. So you got to count how many turns before the thing comes off. So 15 turns before it came off. So I'm going to be removing the nut. Removing the clamp, removing the boot. So on this one, I'm going to use a pipe wrench and I'm going to unscrew it. There's these washers over here that's bent downwards. That's to lock it. What you need to do is get like a pry bar or something and straighten it out. So I'm going to be straightening out the lock washers. I'm using my pry bar and I'm going to be pounding my pry bar to straighten out the washer. So now I'm going to be unscrewing this joint. So I have a pipe wrench. I'm going to be putting it on and I'm going to be unscrewing it. So I'm going to be removing the inner tie rod with my pipe wrench. This is the part I'm going to be using today to do this job. This is a passenger side inner tie rod. So I'm going to be putting on this lock washer. You see these tabs right here? That has to line up with these grooves. So I'm going to be putting it on and screwing it on. Make sure that washer fits right into the groove before you screw it on all the way. So now I'm going to be tightening it up with my pipe wrench. So I'm going to be tightening up the inner tie rod. So I'm going to be bending this washer down to lock the inner tie rod. You can actually do any one of these four corners. Probably the easiest one is on the bottom. As long as you bend one of them. Just get it started. And then with a hammer, just tap it to fold it over. Okay. Okay, I'm going to be putting some grease on this inner joint. This one came with a kit. Just fill it up with grease. Okay, that should be good. Okay, I'm going to be sliding the boot on. Putting the lock on. Putting the nut. Then we're going to mark the inner tie rod. Then I'm going to be screwing it on to my outer tie rod. So the old one, I turned it about 15 turns before it came off. So this new one, you just tighten them up 15 turns and lock up the nut. So now we're gonna be tightening up this lock nut. So I'm gonna be putting on my clamp. So I'll be straightening out the wheel. And I'm going to be sliding my boot onto the rack. So now I'm going to be putting a plastic strap that straps the boot to the rack and pinion. So that's how you replace an inner tie rod. If you have any questions, comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I see you in the next video. Aloha.